Good morning and welcome to the Matrix Fitness Live workout. My name's Gleed. Today's workout is going to be a 3-round workout. We're going to do 45 seconds work, 15 seconds recovery, and we'll do every single exercise twice. That way then you can learn what to do and then start to push yourself to whatever fitness level you've got as well. You're going to need just a little bit of space around you, and I've got a mat nearby ready to work out to make it a little bit more comfortable for you. And if at any time you feel like you want to stop, grab a drink, then please make sure you've got one available to you as well. To begin with, let's take for a warm-up, and let's get you moving straight away. So start to open up your arms nice and wide. All you want to do is just to start to mobilise through the shoulder joint. And the whole goal here is just to prepare the body for the work that we've got coming up. So just starting to reach the arms back a little bit further, just diagonally across the body. Now what we're going to do is take you into a rotation across as well. So just pivoting off the feet, rotate around from side to side. And what this will do is just start to put a bit of mobility through your hips. One of our first exercises we're going to do is an exercise where mobility and a little bit of upper body strength and cardiovascular fitness all in together. So we've got some really nice exercises for you, and we'll take you through those in just a couple more minutes once we get you all warmed up. Let's take you into little half squats. So just lowering your hips down towards your heel. What we're looking for you to do here is just to start to prepare your thighs, so just getting a bit of blood into those areas, getting the muscles working. Good. Now what we're going to do now is turn this into a lunge. We're creating a little bit of space, step back down towards the floor, step up nice and tall. Every single time that you lower your back knee down towards the floor, what we need to do is just to adjust your body weight so it's in between both the feet as well. That way then you can start to work on your technique, keeping your back straight. And we've got some exercises coming up today where you're going to be going from this backwards lunge into a forwards lunge as well. So this means that it's a really nice way of preparing your body. It's exactly what we've got coming up, especially in that first round of exercises as well. So let's get your heart rate up a little bit more now. So imagine you've got a skipping rope. I just want you to push off the floor, just trying to get your heart rate up. Now as you start to do this, just start to move side to side a little bit more. This will not only start to work on your agility, but also just prepare the muscles, just to change the direction as well. Okay, let's start to scissor those feet forwards and backwards. Again, keeping your heart rate up and just starting to push off the floor. You're going to start to feel like your calves are working here. And I've got an exercise coming up in that first round, but you're going to have the option of taking this out and do a little bit of jumping work as well. Okay, let's just start to do some jumping jacks. So again, starting to work in a sideways movement. And also what we're looking to do here is to start to get your arms up a little bit higher. And this will start to pick up your heart rate. And you can start to feel your breathing getting a little bit deeper. And just keep yourself moving as we take you through these warm-ups, ready for the exercises coming up. Okay, let's take you into a little bit of a punch combination. So hands up to the side of your head. You're going to jab, cross, jab, jump 180 degrees, and again jab, cross, jab. Every single time you throw these punches, what you do is to bring your hands back to the side of your head. And each time you're pivoting off your feet as well. So just start to allow a little bit of mobility in the ankles, the hips, and the focus of this is going to be the upper body, throwing those punches forwards so they can start to get your upper body and your shoulders ready for some of the upper body exercises we've got as well. Okay, loosen up your arms there. Give them a little bit of a shake. Let's take your heart rate up a little bit more. We're going to pivot your feet over to one side. And from here, you're going to drive your knee up, reaching your arms up into the air. Then we're going to pivot the feet over to the opposite side. Again, driving your knees up. And then each time rotating over from one side to the other. Good. Now this dynamic movement will help to prepare your body for some of the big movements that we've got coming up. Also a great way, without taking into too much jumping, to get your heart rates up. And you can start to feel like your heart rate is now high, and we've started to put in these big movement patterns as well. Let's do these last ones, 3 on each side, and just shake out the arms and the legs. Okay, 45 seconds of work. The first exercise is going to be down on the floor. You're going to place your hands flat onto the floor. You're going to pivot off your foot, sit down next to your hands, then bring yourself back to the center and over to the opposite side. These are called kick sits. And our 45 seconds of work has started now. So kick your foot through. Now, if you wanted to lift your hand up onto the floor, you can do. Now, the benefit of lifting your hand up means that you get a little bit more mobility. And it also means that you just get a little bit more space to move into. If you keep both hands down on the floor, it does restrict the amount of movement you can put in. So it starts to challenge you a little bit more. So you've got two options here. The hand can come off, or the hand can stay down on the floor as you start to move through these. Last 5 seconds, and you take your first little 15-second breather, and relax there. Okay, standing yourself back up, let's take you into a squat, cross the legs, squat, and then alternate to the legs crossing the opposite side. Starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Squat, and then cross the legs. What we're looking to do here is not only get your heart rates up, but you start to move your body quickly so it can move, and at the same time get down into that deep squat position. Now, if you don't feel like you're comfortable doing that squat and crossing your legs over, just take a really quick squat for me so you're down towards the floor. So you've got the options of putting in this little cross legs, or you can just go with a basic squat as well. You've got just over 10 seconds of work to go. Then we're going to take you into a lunge movement as well. 5 seconds. 3, 2, now relax there, shake the legs out. Here's your step over lunge. You're going to need a little bit of space in the middle. What we're going to do is from a back lunge position, you're going to step forwards into a forward lunge, and then straight back to that reverse lunge. 20 seconds each side. Let's get you moving. So the goal here, just like in the warm-up, back knee comes down towards the floor, back stays straight, take your time. It's called a step over lunge. You're just stepping from one movement over to the other. Okay, let's swap the legs over, reverse lunge, then the forward lunge. So once you've done one leg, we move on to the opposite. Now remember, we're going to do all these exercises twice, everything from the kick sit, the squat with the crossover, and these step over lunges as well. Okay, let's shake those legs out. Let's take you through those 3 exercises again. The kick sit, so it's the first one to begin with. Just over 10 seconds. So let's get your hands down onto the floor and start to prepare you. So remember, you can keep your hands on the floor, or you can lift them slightly as well. Let's get moving. And coming off the floor looks like this. Make sure the technique on this one, you want to sit pretty much close to being parallel to where your hands would be. And just lift your head up at the end, just to make sure your back stays straight as well. You're pivoting off your foot, creating that space to move into. Last 10 seconds. And relax there. Okay, come up next is your squat jump with a crossover. So deep squat, cross the legs, back into that squat position, ready for the next repetition. Starting in 5, give yourself a little bit of room to get ready. And off we go. So squat, cross, and then alternate from one side to the other. Remember, the option is if you don't want to take yourself into that little jump, just hold this pattern of just the squats where you work as well. So you get to pick the intensity you work to. Just over 20 seconds of work to go. In our second round of exercises, what we're going to do is a lot more floor-based work. So try to work hard now, because you will get a little bit of recovery in terms of your fitness, as we start to work a little bit more of our core exercises. Last one, okay. Step over lunges. Starting into a deep reverse lunge, stepping over the top into that forward position. Give you time to get a little bit of breath back. 5 seconds. Okay, let's get moving. So big lunge forwards, then reverse lunge. Back knee can either just touch the floor, or you can hover it just above the floor. As long as you're getting that step over and the back stays straight. And again, if this feels a little bit uncomfortable for you, you can just do the reverse lunge or just the forward lunge. Just put in a similar exercise and then you can manage your own intensities. Okay, let's swap the legs over, straight into the opposite side. The one leg is staying still now as the other steps over the top into that forward lunge and then back to that reverse lunge. And relax there. Okay, let's grab a mat nearby you. If you haven't got a mat, a towel or a jumper, something that makes the floor a little bit more comfortable. I'm going to get you down onto the floor into a boat pose. Now, boat pose comes from our Pilates exercises. Straighten for your spine, arms out in front of you. And I want you to have a go at balancing onto your seat bones. Seat bones is the bottom of the hips, holding this position. Now, the further you extend the legs and the further you lower yourself back, the more of your core you're going to work. If at any time that feels too unstable, you can rest your feet onto the floor, or if needs be, rest your hands onto the floor as well. So there's your options. And your goal here is just to hold the position, trying to maintain a straight spine, eyes looking maybe towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. Give you probably a good height and relax there. Next exercise is a reverse crunch. So we're going to lie your spine down onto the floor. And the goal on this one is hands down by your sides, feet together. You're going to extend your legs up and then just bring them back to this 90-degree position. Let's get moving. So push your hips up. So your heels comes up towards the ceiling or the sky if you're enjoying a bit of an early outdoor workout. And then bring yourself back to this 90-degree position and then push your legs up high again. And you say, I've got my hands down on the floor, just giving a little bit of stability. Your goal here is just to try to keep moving. You don't have to hold your breath on this one. I want you to be able to breathe comfortably. Breathe out as you push your feet up, and then just reset your spine and breathe in. You're doing a good job here. Last 5 seconds. And relax there. Now, what we're going to do on the next exercise is called a heel drop. So feet at that 90-degree position, head is rested on the floor. Lower one heel down towards the floor. Bring a leg in towards you. And then you're going to alternate the heel down towards the floor. Every single time you move into this position, think about the lever length of your leg. The further your leg goes away from you, the harder it's going to be. If you want an easier option, maintain that bend in the knee and just lower your heel down towards the floor without extending it too much. So the further you extend the leg, that's when the exercise becomes a little bit harder. Keep extending, keeping your spine being pressed down against the floor. We'll do all these exercises again, but take your time. Start to just feel that core muscles working. Last couple of seconds, and relax there. Okay, sitting yourself back up tall. We're going to get you ready for that boat pose again. So just spend a little bit of time straightening through the spine. If you want to have a little rotation, you can do. If anything that helps make you feel a little bit more comfortable. Then balancing onto those seat bones, arms out in front of you, legs are extended. If you need a little bit more support, you can rest your heels down on the floor or rest your arms down on the floor as well. So you pick the exercise option that feels most comfortable for you. Try and hold this core position. If you want to extend your body a little bit further, that will make it a little bit harder. But you can always shorten it at any time it feels comfortable for you as well. Just try and work within a range that feels comfortable. You've got just over 15 seconds to go. If you start to struggle, place the heels down, or the hands can be put out to the side of you as well, just to give you a bit of balance. Lots of options. Last 4, 3, 2, okay, reverse crunches. So, lying your spine back down onto the floor. Think about pressing every single vertebrae against the floor, bringing your feet together. Now what we're going to do is take your feet to 90 degrees. You're going to push your legs up towards the ceiling, back to that 90 degrees, and then we're going to repeat that for our 45 seconds. Let's get moving. push the heels up towards the sky. Each time the feet come back to that 90-degree position, and then when you push up again, use your hands to push against the floor. That'll give you a little bit more height. If you can, try and get your lower back off the floor, but again, only work to whatever range you feel comfortable to do so. Good work. Hang in there. You've got just over 5 seconds of work to go. I'm going to take you to our last core exercise. And relax there. Okay, heel drops are going to be your next one. So feet at 90 degrees, and then lowering one leg down at a time. After this one, we'll go back into our cardio round exercise as well. So in 3, 2, heel drops, lower one heel down towards the floor, bring it back in, and then alternate the heel over to the opposite side. Again, when you're doing core work, try and work slowly with control. No point in rushing these exercises. You want the time and for the muscles working, and that gives you the results. But trying to strengthen up your core by doing quick movements isn't always the best. That explosive power is fine. You want to build up a strong, steady base to begin with. Good. Keep control. Keep lowering one leg at a time and relax there. Okay, just turn over onto your front for me. What we're going to do is going to get you into a press-up position, and I'm going to keep my feet just off the mat here. And what we're going to do is put your hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to jump your legs wide and narrow into a floor jack position. Okay, let's get into a press-up position. Just jump your legs wide. This will start to bring your heart rates up. Continue working the core. Start to bring in some of the upper body exercises as well. Now, if you have got a mat, you might have the target of jumping your feet on and off the mat each repetition. Keep your eyes looking down towards the floor and try to keep your hips in line with your shoulders. What we don't want to do is have your hips getting too high. Keep nice and aligned up here. Last 5 seconds coming up. Keep your eyes looking down at your fingertips and relax there. Standing there, for me, we're going to do an exercise called an explode. So for this one, we're going to bring the feet together, we're going to jump your feet in, and then back down into a deep squat. So think of it as a deep squat, quick feet movement, and then back to the next repetition. That's here. So each time I'm bringing my heels to touch each other. That's my focus here. So deep squat, jump your feet back in, and then over to the next repetition. This is our second exercise of our third round. The third exercise is going to be a bear crawl sideways. This is where you need a little bit of space, but at the same time, if you haven't got a bit of space, you can do it in a very small confined area as well. Just over 10 seconds to go and these explode. So your legs are going to start to burn a little bit now. Okay, here's your lateral bear crawl. Down onto the floor. I'm going to place my hands just over the top of my mat. My feet are tucked under, so my toes on the floor. Lifting my knees up off the floor. Going to move my right arm and right leg, and then my left arm and my left leg. At the same time, getting in this lateral movement. Let's get working. So this will be our last exercise. After this, we just repeat the floor jacks. We repeat the explodes, and then bear crawls again to finish. So down towards the final stage of our workout now. Just need you to keep working. Need your knees close to the floor in this position. Last 10 seconds here. Okay, relax there. Let's get down to the floor for our floor jack. So press up position, jumping their feet wide and narrow again. 45 seconds of work. Just the 3 exercises to go, and then we're done. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. So press up position, jumping your feet wide and narrow. Try and keep your hips low so that they're in line with your shoulders. To help you do this, look down at the floor. Think of an imaginary line between your fingertips, and that's where your eyes are looking all the time. You have a strong position. You can always adjust your arms. If you need to stop and have a little shake, that's fine. Just 10 seconds of work to go. And relax there. Okay, let's get ready for these explodes. Try and push your heart rates up. So a deep squat position. Tap your heels together and then back into that deep squat. That's that explosive action. Starting in 5 seconds. And off we go. So squat, heels together, and reset yourself. Get down into that squat position if you can. Try and challenge your range of movement. Only a couple of last exercises to go. So try and work as hard as you can. Great opportunity to get your heart rates up. This will not only improve your fitness, but also improve the calorie burn target you might be working towards as well. 10 seconds to go. Last 5 seconds. Speed it up if you can. Last few. And relax. Let's take it down to the bear core to finish with. Feet just off the mat, hands just off the mat. What we're looking to do here is keep your knees low and your back straight. 3, 2, knees off. Let's move. Right hand, right leg. Left hand, left leg. Just keep moving yourself to the side and then over to the opposite side. If you don't have that much room, it's not a problem. Just find what room you have got. You could change this into a bear core forwards if you feel more comfortable. Yeah, strong, low position if you can. Back stays low, back stays straight. Last 10 seconds of work. And relax there. Good work. Okay. Let's stay down on the floor as we just start to do some upper body stretches here. So just linking your hands behind you. Lift your chest tall. Take your hands a little bit further away from your lower back. And just get into that chest stretch. Well done. Hopefully you've got your heart rates up. Feel like you've worked there. Swing your arm across your body into a shoulder stretch. Excellent. And when you feel comfortable, slowly take it over to the opposite side. Again, just putting my shoulder over, using my other arm around about where my elbow is. On the upper arm, just hold that stretch across the shoulder. Excellent. Bring the hands around in front of you. Push the hands away, linking them together. Chin comes towards your chest. Now see if you can start to expand where your arms are. So wider, further away, almost like you're hugging a beach ball as it's being inflated and it's getting bigger. Okay, just loosen up here. Let's use the mat as we're here. Just take you through a few yoga movements to stretch out to the lower body as well. First, we're going to stretch through the front of the hips. So hands underneath your shoulders. Just lower your hips down towards the floor. Lift your chin and chest up. Now, if you don't want to rest the knees on the floor, you can just lift them up slightly. That'll just help you get into a deeper stretch around the hip flexor. Now, from here, pushing your hands, send your hips upwards and start to feel a stretch through the back of your legs. Now, just walk your heels forward. Now, by pedaling these heels up and down, you're going to get a stretch through the back of your legs. And again, let's take you into that front hip stretch here, so up dog. And this time I'm definitely taking my knees off the floor, just to develop that stretch on further. Now back into your downward facing dog. This time not pedaling the heels, just starting to work on sending those heels down towards the floor. Feeling a little bit of a stretch from my shoulders, so I push my hands into the floor. Now lifting one leg up, I'm going to send that leg right up towards my hand. So it hasn't quite got there. See if you can wiggle it and move it. And then what I'm going to do is reach that hand up towards the sky and try and reach up tall so it comes away from the floor. Now my back leg starts to extend away from the rest of my body, and you've just come into the world's greatest running stretch. One of the best stretches for stretching the whole of the body you can do. Let's bring the hand down inside the foot, push back to downward facing dog and over to the opposite side. Again, adjust that foot if you need to. Reach your arm up high, push the back heel away. Start to develop that stretch by reaching. Then bring a hand down into the floor, step back to downward facing dog. Rest your knees onto the floor, lower your hips down towards your heels, and walk your fingertips forwards. Okay, now just slowly roll up through your spine. And just loosen your body out. Let's take a standing quadricep stretch. So just find a place to stand facing towards the screen. Center yourself, then bring one foot, as I start to lose my balance, into one of your hands. Now have a slight bend in that standing foot. Straighten through your spine. Excellent. Keep that little shape then, swap it over to the opposite side. Okay, shake it out there. Thank you very much for joining me for this morning workout. I'll be back again at 12 o'clock, so if you've tuned in this morning to check out some of the exercises and you're looking at joining us again at 12 o'clock, or indeed at 5 o'clock this evening, we'll see you back on YouTube and on Facebook as this live workout continues. If not, we'll see you on Thursday or next week. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye-bye.